Stop paying for protein. But let's be honest, it's not about the money, it's about the dependence. It's about that quiet, gnawing anxiety you feel when you walk into a supermarket under the cold, sterile glow of fluorescent lights. You push a cart down aisles stocked with food that has traveled 1,000 miles wrapped in plastic. Its origins are a mystery. You are presented with an illusion of choice, 50 brands of the same processed item, but you have no real connection to any of it. It is food without a story, without life. You feel a sense of unease, a feeling that this whole system is a fragile illusion, a house of cards built on cheap oil and just-in-time delivery, a system that can and will fail. What happens when the trucks stop running? What happens when the shelves go bare? You have outsourced the most fundamental aspect of your survival, and in doing so, you have given away your power. Today, we take that power back. Today, we break the silent agreement. We are not just digging a hole in the ground. We are installing a self-replicating protein factory. We are building an ecosystem that you assemble in a single focused day, and that will feed your family for the next 10 years. This is not a landscaping project. This is the blueprint for your food independence. But before we begin, I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes for a moment. It's a Tuesday evening, 10 years from now. The air is warm and thick with the scent of honeysuckle, and you can hear the rhythmic symphony of crickets chirping in the long grass. The sun is setting, painting the sky in shades of deep orange and purple. You are walking through your own land, not to your car to drive to the store, but towards a shimmering body of water that reflects the twilight sky. You can smell the faint, sweet scent of water lilies and the rich, clean smell of damp earth. You feel a sense of profound calm, a quiet confidence that is a world away from the anxiety of the supermarket aisle. You carry a simple fishing line, its texture familiar in your hand. You cast it into the water, a smooth, practiced motion, and you feel the satisfying electric tug of a healthy, strong fish. It fights, and you feel the life and energy of it through the line. On the way back to the house, you stop by a small, rustic coop. The gentle, conversational quacking of ducks greets you. You reach in and collect a handful of eggs, still warm from the mother, their shells a beautiful, smooth mosaic of pale greens and blues. You are holding real food, food that you created, food that is alive. You walk back to your home, the fish heavy on the line, the eggs warm in your basket. This isn't a fantasy. This is the reality you are about to build. This is the feeling you will earn. First, we choose the land. This is the most critical decision you will make, the one that determines whether your pond is a thriving success or a muddy, stagnant failure. The secret is to let nature do the work for you. Go out after a heavy rain and watch where the water naturally wants to gather. That lowest point, that gentle depression in your land, is where your pond belongs. It is an act of observation, of partnership with your land. Rushing this step is the first and most common mistake. I have seen people build beautiful ponds on gentle slopes, only to watch in horror as a summer thunderstorm turn their creation into a raging torrent, washing away topsoil and flooding their garden. I have seen others, like a man I once knew we'll call Farmer John, who dug his pond in a patch of sandy, porous soil. He spent a fortune on fish and plants, only to watch his pond slowly and heartbreakingly bleed into the earth, becoming a mosquito-infested bog, a constant muddy reminder of his impatience. And the third common error, placing it too far from the house, making it an afterthought rather than the integrated heart of your homestead. Your pond should be visible, a part of your daily life, a source of beauty and a constant indicator of the health of your system. Take your time. Walk your land in all weather. Understand its contours. This decision is the foundation of the entire system. Then we build the container. After one focused day of setup, followed by years of minimal mindful maintenance, this system will pay you back 1,000 times over. The day begins in the cool light of morning. You mark out the shape of your pond on the ground, a gentle, sweeping curve that mimics the look of a natural body of water. As you begin to dig, whether by hand with a sharp spade or with a small excavator, you are not just moving dirt. You are sculpting an ecosystem. The transformation of the terrain is a powerful thing to witness. By midday, under the heat of the sun, the hard work is in full swing. You feel the strain in your muscles, the sweat on your brow, but it is a satisfying ache. You are not just laboring, you are creating. You will create a shallow shelf about a foot deep and 2 to 3 feet wide around the entire edge. This is your marsh zone, the nursery for an entire world of life. Then you will dig the heart of the pond, a deeper zone of 4 to 5 feet, which will be the cool, dark refuge for your fish. As the afternoon wanes, you stand back, exhausted but exhilarated. What was once a simple patch of grass is now a vessel, a tiered, complex habitat waiting for life. Once the shape is carved, you must seal it. The most ancient and effective method is puddled clay. You will line the entire pond with a thick 6-inch layer of heavy clay, wet it, and then compact it, stomping it down with your feet until it forms a dense, waterproof barrier. It is a primal, satisfying process, a connection to the earth that is lost in our modern world. If clay is not available, a modern EPDM pond liner is a reliable alternative. The contrast is stark. What was once inert ground is now a container ready to be filled. Then we activate life. This begins with the heart of the system, the biological operators, the ducks. A small flock of 2 or 3 is all you need. They are more than just birds. They are the managers of your protein factory. You will watch them as they take to the water for the first time, a moment of pure joy. They will hesitate for a second and then, with a happy quack, they will dive in, instantly transforming the sterile pond into a living entity. They will spend their days dabbling and diving, their webbed feet stirring up the bottom, their constant motion aerating the water. Their droppings, a rich source of nitrogen, will dissolve slowly, turning the clear water into a fertile, life-giving broth. They are the engine converting sunlight captured by the surrounding plants into a steady stream of nutrients. You will learn to read their language, the excited chatter when you appear with a treat, the low, contented murmur as they float lazily in the afternoon sun, the sharp, single quack of alarm. You will see how they become a living, moving part of your landscape, how they interact with every element of your homestead. And in return for their work, they will give you the richest eggs you have ever tasted, a daily gift from your new ecosystem. Once the ducks have prepared the water, we introduce the harvest. We introduce the fish. This is where the system's magic becomes tangible reality, but it requires a specific kind of patience. This is not the instant gratification of the modern world. This is a deep investment in a living system. In month 1, you will introduce the fingerlings, tiny slivers of life that disappear into the depths. And for weeks, you will see nothing. This is the first test. Your modern brain, conditioned for immediate feedback, will scream that you have failed. You will stare at the water looking for a sign, any sign, and you will see only your own reflection. You will be tempted to add more fish, to add fish food, to do something. This is the error of impatience. You must do nothing. You must trust the system. In month 3, you will start to see flashes of movement, a glint of silver in the sunlit water. It's a moment of profound relief. They are there. They are alive. By month 6, you can clearly see them, small but robust, actively exploring their world. You will learn to sit by the water's edge and watch them, a form of meditation. By the end of year 1, they will have doubled or tripled in size. The pond is alive with visible, growing value. By year 2, they are ready for the first harvest. The first time you pull a mature 1-pound fish from your own pond is a moment you will never forget. It is the feeling of true abundance, of knowing that your system is working, that you have created a source of food that is independent of any store or supply chain. It is the reward for your patience. To complete the system, we install the lungs and the kidneys, the aquatic plants. This is not decoration. This is biological engineering. On the shallow shelves, you will plant cattails and irises. Their roots will form a dense mat, a living filter that pulls excess nutrients from the water, keeping it clean and clear. If you neglect this step, your pond will become a green, soupy mess starved of oxygen. These plants are your insurance against stagnation. In the deeper water, you will add submerged plants like hornwort, which will release a steady stream of oxygen, creating the perfect environment for your fish. On the surface, you will add floating plants like water lettuce, which will provide shade and cover. You will watch as these plants transform the pond into a vibrant green ecosystem, a visual confirmation that your system is alive and healthy. They are the silent, tireless workers of your protein factory. Then we maintain. And this is where you unlearn everything the modern world has taught you. The promise of almost no input is not a fantasy, but it requires a radical shift in mindset. It is about stewardship, not labor. It is about caring, not controlling. Your main task is to watch. Spend 5 minutes every day by the pond. Is the water clear with a healthy green tint, or is it cloudy and brown? Are the ducks active and energetic? Do you see the fish surfacing in the morning and evening? This is your daily checklist. The human temptation, the error we all make, is to optimize. You will be tempted to add chemical clarifiers to make the water crystal clear, to add automated feeders to turn this living ecosystem into a sterile machine. You must resist this urge. The system does not need your control, it needs your care. The system will re-educate you. It will teach you to observe, to understand, and to act only when necessary. In the winter, you will ensure a small part of the surface remains ice-free. In the summer, you will top off the water level. And once a year, you will harvest the rich sludge from the bottom and feed it to your garden. This is not work. It is a conversation with your ecosystem. It is a dance between you and nature. And finally, we harvest the legacy. This is the payoff. This is the image you must hold in your mind. It is 10 years from now. A global crisis has disrupted the food supply. Your neighbors are worried. You see the fear in their eyes as they talk about shortages and prices. You are not worried. You are calm. You walk out to your pond, a mature, thriving ecosystem teeming with life. Your children, or perhaps your grandchildren, are there fishing from the edge, their faces filled with pride and excitement. You are teaching them not just how to fish, but how to be self-reliant. And then you notice how others look at you. They don't just see a gardener, they see a provider, a leader, a sanctuary in a world of chaos. Your perception of time has changed. You no longer think in terms of weeks or months, but in seasons and decades. You have become a different kind of person. You are not just a consumer of the present, you are a creator of the future. You have taken a small piece of this earth and made it more productive, more beautiful, and more alive. And that transformation in you, that shift from dependence to sovereignty, is the true legacy. It will leave you restless not for more, but for a deeper connection to the world around you. This is not just a pond. This is your declaration of independence. If this journey toward food sovereignty has changed the way you look at the potential of your own land, please subscribe and like the channel. We are uncovering the history and the skills that they have tried to bury. Plant your future today. The next treasure of self-reliance will be open soon.